enjoyed himself? Yeah. Wasn't this a fantastic afternoon?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to change the pace a little bit. See, we've had an awful lot of humour this afternoon. Now, I think it's time to get a little bit more serious. We've had a hell of a lot of funny stories this afternoon. I think it's about time to have some tragic, sad stories. We've had so much laughter today. It's about time we all had a good old cry. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Everybody got handkerchiefs? Please, get your handkerchiefs ready. You're going to need a lot. Because this is probably the saddest story you're ever likely to hear. Everybody, please look to your left. Look at the person to your left and make sure they've got a strong shoulder to cry on. Everybody look to your right and make sure that person has a big, sympathetic hug waiting in their hand for you. Are we all ready? I did not win the World Championships of public speaking in America. Come on, join me. I wasn't even placed. I travelled 4,000 miles for nothing. I'm only joking. I travelled 4,000 miles for one of the most remarkable experiences I have ever had in my entire life. If anybody here is thinking about joining a speech competition, do it straight away. It is the most beautiful experience you will ever have. And my journey started right here in London. As soon as I was crowned the UK and Ireland Champion of 2013. The amount of support that came flooding in, the amount of encouragement, people who wanted to help, experienced French speakers, Raphael and Izzy, Northern Lights, Simon and Claire, and Lara, Excalibur, David, and Andrew. Clerkenwell, the newest, Joy and Izzy. They gave me a platform to practice on. They gave me encouragement and hope. And they sent me off to America with the best advice you could ever have. It's like joining a massive family. People who love and care for you, encourage you and support you. Toastmasters truly is a wonderful group of people. And then on a more personal note, Kate McNeely, Freddie Daniels, who took time out of their day to give me encouragement, to give me coaching and advice, either personally or through Skype. Many hours giving me that help and that support. Unfortunately, I didn't take any of the advice. Because I wanted to enter this competition under my own terms. I wanted to win in my own way. One of Kate's greatest pieces of advice was, prepare for this competition. Spend the whole week beforehand having some early nights. Going to the gym, getting some sleep. Get your mind and your body prepared for this amazing challenge that lays in front of you. 7 days before the competition, I went to Chicago. Met up with a couple of friends of mine. They run a nightclub in downtown Chicago. That weekend was the 7th year anniversary of the Porn and Chicken Club. That's P-O-R-N and Chicken Club. It caters for all the bar staff throughout the whole of Chicago. It is the only nightclub that opens up on a Sunday afternoon. They party right through until nobody else is left standing. I got to Chicago one Saturday, and after a rock concert, we went straight to the Porn and Chicken Club 7th year anniversary party. I got there at 12 o'clock on Sunday. I left at 4:30 on Tuesday. Just in time to catch the flight to Cincinnati. I got to Cincinnati just in time to catch the welcoming party of this Division 71. It finished at 3 o'clock in the morning. I managed to do a little bit of practicing on the day before the contest. But then there was another party to go to. At 4 o'clock in the morning, before the contest, I was in a bar with 30 Canadians, drinking and practicing my speech. Drunk as a skunk. And then when I finally got on stage, I looked at the audience and I gave the best rendition of that speech I had ever given. I had the audience in the palm of my hand. They laughed when I wanted them to laugh. They cheered when I wanted them to cheer. But there was a little voice in the back of my head that kept on saying, "Know your audience." I went to Cincinnati, the soberest town in the whole of America, the most conservative city in the whole of the world. And I preached to them that Scotch can lead you to a better way of life. A speech that ends with a message. Life is tough. Life is tough. And stress is a killer. So I beseech you, my friends, go home today, open up a bottle of Scotch, and drink it with indulgent abandon. Paint, write, invent. Find a cause that you believe in and fight for it. 90% of the audience were cheering and laughing and clapping. 10%? Pursed lips, shocked face, did not know what they had just listened to. Unfortunately, that 10% were the judge. I failed to know my audience. I'll give you all a piece of advice. Listen to the likes of Freddie Diamonds, Kate McNeely. Prepare and know your audience. I failed. Now this year is the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington, where Martin Luther King gave his amazing speech, "I Have a Dream." I don't want to talk about that speech today. What I want to talk about is the speech of the organisers before that day. A little known fact about the March on Washington rally is that all promotion was banned from newspapers and television. What the organisers had to do is gather a collection of speakers and send them out across the whole of America, into churches, into community centres, onto street corners, and give speeches to the people to try and convince them to turn up that day to listen to that speech of Martin Luther King. It seemed an impossible task. But what I want to do today is honour those people who went out and gave those speeches in all those towns and cities and villages of America and brought 1 million people together that day. Those must have been amazingly awe-inspiring speeches, and they're forgotten about. Nobody talks about those organisers. But what I've learned is those organisers had a song that each time they came back and communicated and talked about what they'd done, they had a song to give them inspiration. And that song was, If I Had a Hammer. I'd hammer in the morning. I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out danger. I'd hammer out warning. I would hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. Does anybody know that song?
Yeah.
Everybody, put your hand up if you do. All those people with your hands up, please stand up. Now, I would like to invite my very good friend Mills, Janet and Ayla to come to the stage. Because, ladies and gentlemen, in honour of the organisers of the March Against Washington, we are all going to sing that song. If you don't know the words, just join it. It's very easy. It just repeats itself again and again. Mills is going to keep the beat. Ayla is going to keep the words. And Janet is going to keep me in mind. So, after three, everyone. Everyone. 1, 2, 3. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out danger, I'd hammer out warning, I'd hammer out love between my brothers and sisters, all over this land. If I had a bell, I'd ring it in the morning, I'd ring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd bring out danger, I'd bring out warning, I'd bring out love between my brothers and sisters, all over this land. If I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening, all over this land. I'd sing out danger, I'd sing out warning, I'd sing out love between my brothers and sisters, all over this land. Now I've got a hammer, and I've got a bell, and I've got a song to sing all over this land. It's the hammer of freedom, it's the bell of justice, it's a song about love between my brothers and sisters, all over this land. Thank you so much for taking part. Lots of people said it was impossible. Lots of people said it was controversial. That it was unsafe. That it would never work. If we don't break boundaries, if we don't do things that we think is unsafe, then we remain stagnant. Revolution, people!